Hi there. Today I want to speak to you buyers. We've had the opportunity to get some buyers under contract on some properties here in the last few weeks, and we're very excited. They're very excited. They're wonderful properties, and we're very pleased to have had the opportunity to be successful in that regard. But in light of this market, this market that continues to be a tough one for buyers, there are some tips that I'd like to point out. So the first tip is be ready and stay ready. Be engaged in the market on a daily basis, even on an hourly basis, and make sure you're ready to move and see a house in order that you might be able to consider it and understand it and maybe go ahead and make an offer. So be ready, be engaged, and be active in the market. If you decide to take a breather, take some time off, kind of get a little slow, something might come along that you're really interested in and you miss that opportunity. The second thing is, if you're financing any portion of the property, go ahead and take all the steps to be fully credit underwritten. At that point, it would mean that all that needed to happen once you went under contract is that you'd have to have an appraisal, you'd have to have the title work completed, and you'd have to provide insurance binder. And once you've done those things, it would be a relatively quick process. And in that regard, you might be able to close and offer the seller like maybe a 3-week close, a 21-day close, which makes you more competitive against those cash offers. If you are working with cash, or if you're working with a loan, make sure you're willing to compromise a bit on the non-essentials. Most buyers come into this process with a long list of things that they must have, some things that they need, some things that they really, really want. And what I would say is make sure that your needs are met, but in terms of what you want, if it's not a must-have, if it's not something that really affects your lifestyle, then you might be willing to compromise on that in order to have the opportunity to get into a house that you're really gonna enjoy. Make sure you work with an agent that has recent success in this market. Someone who can demonstrate that in the last few weeks they've put buyers under contract in competitive situations. It's key. It's so important to work with a experienced and skilled buyer agent that can keep you safe, that can give you careful advice, and increases your chances of winning the opportunity to purchase a house that you're excited about. We have some specific offer strategies that we would share with you if you're interested in working with us. There's some techniques and some things that we've put together that we do. A lot of times that's custom depending upon the house and the situation and the seller and the listing agent. There's so many components that you need to understand in order to create a kind of a custom strategy for making an offer, competing, negotiating, and getting into that first position. But the main thing I would say as a buyer is, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of this market. Don't sit on the sidelines waiting on it to get better. Interest rates today are at 5%. That's up quite a bit over what we were talking about just 90 days ago. Homes are still appreciating. Prices are still going up. The expectation is maybe this year the price increase would be about 16%. In most cases, it was 19 or 20% in 2021 over that 12-month period. So don't be afraid to get into the competition, get a little bit dirty. Everything important that you want is on the other side of fear. And we feel like at the McWilliams Group, you don't have to be afraid. We think that with trusted advice and careful guidance, you can feel safe and comfortable buying and selling real estate in this market. If you're interested in buying, you want a strategy, you just want to talk about it, reach out to us today. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much.